Truth has prevailed. Satyamev Jayate. This is what Adani Group Chairman Gautam Adani tweeted on Wednesday in response to an important Supreme Court judgment. The Supreme Court has ruled that there are no grounds to order a special investigation team (SIT) or CBI probe into the Adani-Hindenburg matter, refusing to interfere with the jurisdiction of the Securities and Exchange Board of India, which is SEBI, in probing the case. Now, this entire controversy, just to give you a very brief gist, it dates back to January last year when a report was released by New York-based Hindenburg Research. The report titled Adani Group, How the World's Third Richest Man is Pulling the Largest Con in Corporate History, accused the Adani Group of brazen stock manipulation and accounting fraud scheme over the course of decades. The essence of the allegations was that some of the Adani Group's key public investors were in fact Adani insiders, which was a possible violation of Indian securities law. After the publication of the report, the Adani Group's 7 listed companies lost $110 billion in cumulative stock market value. Several petitions were then filed in the Supreme Court demanding a court-monitored probe into the allegations made into the report. Now, on Wednesday, the Supreme Court ruled on these petitions. This was by a bench comprising Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud, Justice J.B. Pardiwala and Justice Manoj Mishra. This bench observed that there was no room to doubt the fairness of SEBI's probe, which is already looking into this. The court said that this probe was complete in 22 out of 24 cases of alleged violation of SEBI rules and regulations by the Adani Group companies. It directed SEBI to complete its probe into the remaining 2 cases in 3 months. The court left it to the government and SEBI to look into whether there was any infraction of law in the matter, and if so, to take action in accordance with the law. The court also refused to rely on the investigation conducted by the Organised Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, or OCCRP, as reported in the Financial Times and The Guardian in August last year. This investigation had made fresh allegations of stock manipulation against the Adani Group. The report claimed that exclusive documents obtained by it show that in at least 2 cases, supposedly public investors turn out to have widely reported ties to the group's majority shareholders, the Adani family, and helped manipulate Adani company's stock prices. The Adani Group had categorically rejected these allegations, terming them as a concerted bid by Soros-funded interests to revive the meritless Hindenburg report. The Supreme Court now felt that reliance on newspaper articles and reports by third-party organizations to question the comprehensive investigation by a specialized regulator like SEBI does not inspire confidence. Essentially, it refused to rely on the OCCRP report and report by news outlets. The court also rejected the petitioner's argument of conflict of interest on the part of the expert committee set up under the supervision of former Supreme Court Judge A.M. Sapre in March last year. In its report released in May, this court-appointed panel prima facie found no lapse on the part of markets regulator SEBI in the matter. The court said that the Government of India and SEBI shall take into consideration the recommendations of this committee to strengthen interests of Indian investors. The court had constituted this panel to review the market regulatory mechanism in light of the Adani-Hindenburg controversy, and it had also directed, this was all last year, so it had also directed SEBI to complete its probe into the allegations made in the Hindenburg report within 2 months. However, in May last year, SEBI filed an application in the Apex Court requesting a 6-month extension to complete its probe. And now, like I mentioned, the court has granted SEBI another 3 months to complete its probe into the remaining 2 cases that it's looking into. In addition to these pointers from the Supreme Court judgment, I will be writing a more detailed article on what the Supreme Court judgment says once the judgment is out. So once my article is out, I will be getting the link to that article added to the description of this video. So do check that out as well. Thank you so much for watching.